Mother stopped chewing. What do you mean? I saw him today. He was dressed in his suit, and I asked him if he was Santa Claus, and he said he was. She didn't say anything. I thought Santa Claus lived at the North Pole and had reindeer, and now Mr. Henderson says he's him. Is that right? Not really, Pumpkin. Sometimes stores will hire somebody at Christmas to pretend he is Santa Claus, so that children can talk to him. But there's only supposed to be one Santa Claus, isn't there? Yes, but... And, of course, it didn't matter after that. It didn't matter what she said. It was done. Santa Claus was ruined, was gone. And I knew he didn't exist, and that I'd been lied to, and there had never been a Santa Claus. I cried some, and Mother sat with me for a time on the couch that felt like a carpet and had flowers on it. And she said some things about Mr. Henderson that weren't very nice. But it didn't change what I had seen or knew, and I would probably have spent the rest of my childhood, and perhaps my whole life, not believing in Santa Claus. But the next day Mother came home from work and sat at the kitchen table. She put me in her lap and opened an envelope. We got a letter today from Marilyn. She wants us to come up and spend Christmas with them at the store in Winnepaw. You'll get to see Matthew and everything. Won't that be fun? I had mixed feelings about going north. My Uncle Ben and Aunt Marilyn owned a store in the town of Winnepaw. The store was right on the lake, with a dock that went out over the water. I'd only been there in the summer, when we lay on the dock and watched the large green fish swim down in the cool shadows. I'd never seen it in the winter, and didn't think it would be as much fun as it had been in the summer. And Matthew was a problem as well. He had something wrong with him, so that everybody said he was dying. I wasn't supposed to know it, but I'd heard the grown-ups talking about it more than once, sitting and crying and talking about it. Dying didn't mean the things to me then that it did later. All I really knew was that Matthew had to stay in a bed in the back room of the store and was all puffy and yellow-looking. Dying, to me, meant what Mother worried about all the time, that Father would die in Europe and not come home. I didn't think of it as an end so much as somebody just not coming home, and had not worked out how Matthew could die when he was already home. And then there was Santa Claus. When you're young, it's necessary to be more practical than it is when the years have you. I was convinced that there was not a Santa Claus. But what if I was wrong? Would he be able to find us if we weren't home? This was, of course, a crucial issue, as well as the fact that if indeed Santa Claus was Mr. Henderson, I only had about a week to be nice to him and get him to like me. Judging by the way he treated me, it would be a difficult job, and so when Mother said how much fun it would be to visit Uncle Ben for Christmas, there were too many factors involved to give a quick answer. I thought about it, and was still thinking about it when Mother dressed me in my coat and snowsuit so I looked like a blue marshmallow, and we rode the bus down to the train station 2 days later. I loved trains. They were like huge, friendly monsters, and in the station, Mother took me close to the engine so I could look at it. The wheels seemed to reach to the ceiling, and even though there was an engineer up in the little cabin, I didn't think trains were run by people. I thought they were alive somehow, and carried us because they liked us, and were just resting in the station, letting out puffs of steam and rumbling, and that the engineers were just there to take care of things and feed the engine. It was morning when we left, and the car was warm and had soft seats. Mother took off all my winter clothes and put them in the racks over the seats and let me sit next to the window.